Hello, my name is the Gaming Adept and welcome to my debut video. The topic I chose for this video is Mighty Number 9, why I think it is overhated and how expectations for the game have been too high. So first, Mighty Number 9 is a prominent Kickstarter game and by no means do I want to play down what went wrong during the development of the game, unfulfilled promises, delays for the rewards and in development. Would I view the game as a project manager, I would see it as an utter failure. And boy, this would take one hell of a retrospective, and a ton of lessons learned could be found in this mess of a project. But back to the actual game. What do we have? A small indie title that wanted to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man. First, let's focus on the indie aspect. An indie title is a game produced with low cost and little stuff. Some are made by one person only. These developers work like it's still the SNES era. A few people create one product. From indie studios, we got some of the greatest surprise games in the last years. Undertale, Limbo and Binding of Isaac, just to name a few. Can Mighty Number 9 compete with these titles in terms of quality and depth? No, it can certainly not. Let's look at the other aspect, being a spiritual successor to Mega Man. In this case, I'd say yes. Mighty Number 9 is a good successor to Mega Man. Before you get your torches, let me explain what made every Mega Man a Mega Man. You had round about 8 to 10 levels that you could tackle in any order you want. Each level completes with a robot boss, whose power you would then make your own. There will be a few additional levels before and after that, and the story would be between crappy and non-existent. An important factor for each Mega Man would be that it has to be hard as hell. All these features are included in Mighty Number 9. So I would say, yes, Mighty Number 9 is a spiritual successor to Mega Man. So what are the problems that I, and other people, see? It doesn't invent anything new. The great indie titles of our time thrive with creativity, invent new possibilities, show us that graphics don't matter when you have depth in your game and an awesome gameplay. Mighty Number 9 just takes what Mega Man did and makes it in a new design. That is not great, but many indie titles are like that. The indie market is full of undistinguishable jump and runs that have nothing to separate them from their competitors. The next point some people make is the graphics are bad and or uninspired. Really, no they aren't. I like the design. There's much variance between the stages, enemy design and everything. This was a point that really surprised me and made no sense in my head. The graphics are fine in my taste, leaving aside that Beck's face looks awkward. But for an indie title, overall graphics are fine. The last point I want to address is that people say the story is bad. I refer to my previous argument. Mega Man stories were always bad. So do I have a point here? Yes, I have. Mighty Number 9, if you look at the game, and only the game itself, is a decent game. It is by no means great, and it is by no means superb, but it is fun to play. It is not the utter piece of garbage people make it out to be. This was the Gaming Adept. If you have an idea for a video, you can write to me. If I don't get anything, I will just do whatever I want.